Good morning. Happy Love Fest week. Sensei loves you. We're in day 2 of Love Fest week, and today the universe poses a triple D threat. That is, 3 big decisions that might change your life. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Tuesday Namaste today. Welcome to Namaste Today, an enlightened way to start your day. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, Christopher Witecki. Namaste, my friend, and welcome to Terrific Tuesday. Also, welcome to Love Fest week. We have a whole week of our hearts opening up, the whole collective consciousness, particularly to new ideas, so it's going to be an interesting week. And today, a triple D threat. There are 3 decisions you have to make in 3 areas of your life, I think, to move on. But before we get there, first, let me encourage every Californian to go out and vote today. Now, I respect a couple of viewers have said, oh, I'm voting for Hillary, I'm voting. You know what? I respect everyone. If you vote, I respect you. Okay, so please, this is about getting our voice out. If I'm wrong, I'd like to understand why, so please exercise in California out there. Go out and vote for whoever your heart wants. And Sensei loves you for going out there and making a light walk difference. Thank you. So before we dive into the 3Ds, let's take a look at today's zodiac weather. This zodiac weather is for Tuesday, June 7th, 2016. Looking at the 5-day moodcast, well, it's sunny and aggressive today and tomorrow. Chance of bitchiness on Friday, and on Saturday, it's going to be learning and expansive. But looking at today, sunny and decisive, Sensei says. Your self-leadership will be quite strong. Now, the Great Human Walk has reached step 17, Gemini. That's an intuitive and leadership step. That means our ruling number today, or the ruling channel, is channel 8. And the ruling planet is Saturn. Now, looking at the emotional mood today, we are setting emotional intentions. The moon has reached Act 3 of Cancer, so you want to tell yourself how you want to feel, not allow yourself to feel a certain way. And our mental focus today is masterminding our creations. Mercury's at step 23 at Taurus. Or in Taurus. So that leads us to today's Lightwalker Newsflash. Today's Newsflash, you have until sundown to make 3 decisions in 3 important areas of your life. I call it a 3D day. And it starts really with the sun, our heart, Gemini. That means we're making some sort of a decision today. This will be a literal decision. It might be something literal as far as a job or as far as hiring someone or letting someone go or, one of those turning point decisions. And it'll be an intellectual decision. It's also, though, a new way of thinking for you if you've been progressing this whole time. So this is a change of intellectual direction, perhaps, and this is a decision that needs to be made. But there's another decision. That's just the heart. The next is what we want to manifest. Jupiter in Virgo is calling for a decision to be made now in how reality ought to be. And so I think the mind and what we're deciding also coordinates with that. But there's a third dimension today as well. We're also having to commit to a new comfort zone, which is our emotional boundaries or, what we once allowed in emotionally or what we once protected ourselves from or do or don't now. So it's probably a boundary change. It's a mental change, okay? And it's a reality change, or what I call a meality change. We're going to change what our meality is. We're going to change what we want life to be. Now, I know you might feel like you're in a straitjacket. Maybe lots of things aren't happening. Things aren't moving forward the way you want to. But the way reality works is you are laying down the conscious pipes for reality to come, to law of attract, for resources to come, to what these decisions are. So don't be misled by the fact that you can't actually make a move today. The decision itself is the move, the 3D decision. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to take 3 breaths and channel a megascope for you. This is something from my guides. It's totally intuitive. It is also based on planets, and it works kind of multidimensionally. It serves everyone at the same time. So I encourage you, as a spiritual calisthenic, to take 3 breaths also. Just clearing your anxiety and letting your spirit have just one moment in your life is good, or in your day, in your day. Okay. So, always surprised by Spirit because, I'm an astrologer, I analyze the planets, and I have, my own opinion. And then I go in, and Spirit always does guide me somewhere else, which is why I always hybrid these two talents in a reading, because what I've experienced as an astrologer doesn't necessarily always apply. So, interestingly enough, looking at the moon in Cancer, first of all, it's not that it's a moody day today. It's not a moody day per se, but it's one of those days where it could go moody. And that's what they're showing me is that... I interpreted the moon in Act 3 as us feeling out what we want in the future because we're making a lot of decisions. But what Spirit showed me was that it's really about, in the moment, when things start to get moody, you make a decision to feel differently. That in that point, you're not going to feel that way about it. And so I kind of saw a quick little comedy thing in my head where, people, it's almost like when you're a kid, and Eddie Murphy makes this joke too, like when you get punched in the privates or whatever, you almost don't know if it hurts for a couple of minutes, and you have to sit there and wait, and so you almost in that moment as a kid, you're like you're trying to decide, is this going to hurt or not? And of course you don't want it to, right? So that's kind of what it came to mind just now, is those times where you decide for it not to hurt. Well, today that's literally the case. Decide for it not to hurt. Decide to feel better. Decide to take a different emotional response to whatever comes your way. It is that decision of your emotional response that's actually changing your life, Spirit was showing me, not the Gemini decision of reality. Now, the truth is, and that's what Spirit wants me to know right now, they're telling me, and they're telling you too, which is that our emotions and how we allow ourselves to live in the moment is actually how you are driving this whole ship. Your mind can plan all the things it wants, blah, blah, blah. But how you live emotionally, how much heart and passion is in that, in the moment, is actually what drives your ship. So what you be and what you feel is what comes. So I have some takeaways for you. And actually, these are steps. I actually now have realized that these are steps, not just takeaways. So it's like the steps to follow for the day. First step is, number 1, map out your vulnerabilities. Know where you feel vulnerable today before you go out into the game, okay, into the Game of Thrones, which I'm loving, by the way, whoever's watching. Step number 2, create redundancies or shelters for wherever you feel vulnerable. Create redundancies or shelters for where you feel vulnerable. So redundancies or shelters are, okay, it feels kind of cold. My redundancy is I'm bringing a coat. Okay, or I also have the shelter of, going to this place instead. So literally wherever you're going to feel shy, go ahead and pad in the solution. It makes you feel confident in a way you're going to love. And then step 3, after you do that, check your intuition. Once you feel whatever, check your intuition today for any warnings. Okay, so if you follow my steps and you map out and you have this and you still feel unsafe, that's a warning, says Sensei. All right, my friends, today on Serious Joy, my daily Zen, we're going to be helping you mastermind your B story, which is helping you get your mind on top of what it is you're manifesting. That comes down to Mercury at step 23. And for the 3 p.m. eye candy, where are your 3 decisions today? So I'll be telling you in your eye candy exactly, according to your AIT and natal information, where your decisions are in your life, so you can know, you at least go to bed with those decisions in mind. And for everyone else, I sure hope you're watching at SeriousJoy.tv, because today we have a new little feature called Astro Gossip. Astro Gossip is just looking at a few celebrities, seeing what their step numbers are and their signs, and just kind of observing. So if you know your step number, if you know your sign, you might relate to these Astro Gossip headlines. Come on down to SeriousJoy.tv for more. Okay, my friend, well, it is such a pleasure. Please, if you can, go out and vote for whoever your heart desires, but please do. And do remember while you're out there today, making new decisions in 3 dimensions. I love you, and live, love, be.
Having trouble in your love life? I have the answers. It's called Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Not anymore. Find out your birthday secrets, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com.